back to another episode with your boy Bronx, man. Today I got a high taper haircut tutorial, a self cut, you know what I'm saying, DIY at the crib, do it yourself, bro. If y'all wanna know what a high tape is basically when you cut all this off, you cut off your C cut right here, you just blend everything into your high top, into your fade, into whatever you got going on. But the thing about it is, if you have a weak C cup like me, like it's hard for me to really get a sharp line on my C cup without overdoing the enhancements, without pushing it back, to be honest. Sometimes I just give myself a high taper and just cut the whole C cup off so I don't have to worry about it and still get a nice haircut. So you really don't need too much for this haircut, you just need the basics. So of course you're gonna need yourself some clippers, and you're gonna need yourself some trimmers. I got the Magic Clip Gold and Black and Gold set by Wall. Link in the description if you want these. These my babies, these my go-tos. You're gonna need a couple guards for this little easy tutorial. A half guard, 1 guard, 2 guard. Brush to brush down the hairs to keep it going in the right direction. A fine tooth comb to make sure the hairs is laying down properly. You're gonna want to get yourself a mirror so you can see the back of your head. I'm gonna throw a little enhancements on mine. I'm gonna put some curling cream in my hair, get it nice, but that's all extra credit. Other than that, let's get right into the haircut. First thing first, I like to prep my canvas, so we're just gonna start off by fluffing out the hair, getting everything laying in its natural form. Then I'm gonna pull out my fine tooth comb and just work everything into the right direction so I know which cutting direction I am. Then we're gonna grab the clippers upside down with the lever all the way closed, and we're just gonna start shaping our first line. Start putting in that first hard line and cutting off that C cup. That's really the goal right here, is just to get that C cup out of there and get a nice broad transition. And then we're gonna come with it upside down just to clean it up. Don't use your trimmers because you don't want to put a hard line. Use your clippers and comb everything down as you're going. Now we're gonna open it up. We're gonna put our first little guideline in there, if you will, and you're gonna go about a finger's inch, however you like the density of your fade to be. You're gonna go up that high. Just gonna start it off, just gonna transition from bald into a little bit of hair. All right, now we're gonna continue to comb everything down. It's important that you keep brushing and combing things down. Now we're just gonna do a little C flick out motion, putting our second guideline with our 1 guard all the way open. We're gonna be keeping the clipper all the way open for this process, and we're just setting in our lines. Keep brushing everything down because you don't want to mess up your pattern. Now we're going to put on our 2 guard and just blend up into that top portion of our hair. Guard still all the way open. Just blend it all the way up until the end of our blend. This will be the highest point of the blend. Comb everything back down. Now we're going to close our 2 guard. Close it so you're cutting a little closer now, and you're going to move slightly down in your blend. Before we was going all the way up to the top of the blend. Now we're going about halfway, just creating that smooth transition into our lower guards and as we work our way down. Continue to comb everything down. And then now you're gonna put on your 1, and then you're gonna close it slightly, so you're gonna cut just below where we put in our guideline, and we're just flicking out motion. Just continue to work our way down in the fade and blend as you go down. Brush it back down, brush it back down. Cannot stress this enough. Now we're gonna close it a little bit more and go a little bit closer to our lowest guideline, and just switch up the frequency, still brushing down, and just keep closing it as we work our way down, just creating that blend. Now we're going to put on our half guard. This is going to knock out that in between line, so we're going to open it all the way up. So a half guard open is sort of like a 1 guard close. So now we're just cutting over what we already cut and just bringing it down slightly, not making sure to not take it too far down. Now we're going to close it just a little bit and move a little bit down, and notice a pattern. As we close our guard down, we also moving down in our blend. So this is me closing it and moving slightly down, just cutting right below my last cutting point, switching up the frequency and spacing it out and just watching your blend. Pay attention. I like to go down 3 or 4 levels, so you're going to see me continue to move down. Every time I close the guard, I move slightly down. Now I'm gonna go back and put my 1 guard back on and repeat that same process and just smoothing it out. So every time I move down, I'm closing it slightly, cutting a little bit, moving down slightly, blending it all the way into that half guard that we just put in. This video for the people who really trying to learn how to cut their own hair. So I throw the 1/2 back on, just a half guard, and I'm just detailing. Like, you see a dark spot, close the lever a little bit, detail. It's gonna give you that barber eye. You feel me? It's the part that makes the blend. How can you remember where you at in your blend and how you can come back to certain dark spots and close up the guard as you need to. This is gonna come with time though. But now as you can see, I'm gonna just go back and complete the same exact process on the other side. Start off with debulking, then I'm gonna work my way through my guards, and yeah. Okay, now that we're done with that, we're gonna start our next canvas, which is the hairline. So I like to line up my vertical bars, basically the edges of my hairline first, just to see my blend, make sure my blend is put in there correctly. So go ahead and prepare your canvas. And we're not gonna go across the front line yet, we're just gonna work on these vertical bars right here. So do your right side, do your left side. It's gonna be way easier to get them lines in there when you're not worried about the whole hairline, in my personal experience. So now we're gonna prepare our next canvas, and it's gonna be the back, it's gonna be the neck taper. So right now I'm just combing all the hair down and make sure I fluff out my afro just to get it in the shape that it's gonna lay in so I can, see exactly what I'm doing. So now I'm gonna slap on the one guard all the way closed. It's gonna give me a close cut, and I'm gonna go with the grain. So it's not the same as against the grain, it just cuts a little less close. So this is gonna be me debulking, me evening it out. If you got the same type of cut, make sure you're getting behind your ears. Make sure you're getting it all even so that we prepare our canvas for this blend we're about to put in. After that, you want to comb everything down, make sure the hair is flowing in the natural direction, all going the same way. Now we're going to pick up our clippers, close it all the way to the lowest, take the guard off, just put in our bald line. It's going to be the lowest part of our blend. That's going to blend into our skin. You don't want to use your trimmers here. I know it looks cool, but you don't, because it's going to be a hard line to take out. So use your clippers closed. You got to be careful back here because it's hard with the mirror. I started selling. Don't be like me. Actually do better than me. So now we're going to open our clipper all the way up. We're going to start putting that first guideline, sort of just like how we did on the side of our head. We're going to take that finger lift guideline all the way around to the other side. Now we're going to put our one guard back on, open it all the way back up, because we're starting to use our clipper all the way open because we're just setting in our guidelines that we're going to come back and blend later. You're going to take that same guideline all the way around your head. Now we're going to put our two guard back on all the way open and just go all the way up to the top to the highest point of our blend and bring that all the way around the head as well, setting in our last guideline. Make sure you're still brushing everything down after each stroke. Pause. Now we're going to put on our small guard, our half guard. We're just gonna come right all the way open, by the way. We're just gonna come right below that one guard. We got it semi-closed, just a little bit closed, just to make sure we cutting. We're just gonna come right behind it, and as you can see, it's starting to fade out. Now we're just gonna do the same thing we did on the side where we was blending down. As we come down here and there, we're gonna close the clippers slightly, and just keep working our way down all the way to the bottom of the blend. Now we're gonna switch to our one guard, start all the way open, and just continue to work your way down as you close it. So cut a little hair, work your way down. Cut a little hair, work your way down. And you have to be careful not to take the fade up higher than it's supposed to be. Now that I give you the steps, you can basically go ahead and complete this haircut on your own. But as you can see, that does not look right. So this is where having that barber eye comes in play, and just having repetition and just cutting your hair often. You'll be able to see spots like this and work them out. But you have the steps, you have the tools to do it. Now you just got to go in the mirror and actually practice. It's not going to be easy. It's going to take work. It's going to take consistency. But right now you just see me point cutting, and I'm going to just work this dark spot out. So boom, now we're going to pick up our trimmers and just put in our neck lines, our hard neck lines. And for these neck lines, you want to bring them all the way up as far as you can to your ear. And just work your way down your neck. Make sure the line is sharp. And for your non-dominant side, I found that it's closer to come across your chest with your dominant hand and just try to get the behind of your neck. Now we on to the hairline prep. Now we're just gonna brush everything down. This step is optional, but I'm gonna add some holding spray, link in bio, spray that on. And I want to clean up the beard real quick just to make the haircut pop. I don't rock the beard. Now that my hairline is dry, we're just gonna start in the middle and work your way to your lightest side. So as you can see, you never want to start on one side and work your way all the way to the other side. You will be lopsided. So just start and work your way to one side, and then go back to the middle and work your way to the other side. It's really simple. Don't overthink it. Just try to keep your hands steady and be forgiving. It's a work in progress. Now since you cut off your C-cup, all you gotta do is line up this little piece behind your ear just to make the haircut pop. Hopefully you was able to bring the neck line up far enough. And just try your best to get behind that ear, man. That's the hardest part of the haircut, I ain't gonna lie. All right, y'all, this the final cut, man. Easiest high taper self-cut method, man. Y'all take notes in the bathroom with the mirror. Here go the back. If you enjoyed this little high taper method, man, make sure you leave a like and subscribe, because I'm gonna be dropping more haircut tutorials. I hope y'all enjoyed this little video, man. And the real ones know I'm gonna see y'all next week.